Alright, Ravens fans. How y'all feeling today? How you guys feeling on a windy Wednesday? Or should I say, a windy, chilly Wednesday? Because it's getting very, very cold in the city of Baltimore, according to the weather. We're going to be playing in 20-degree weather on Saturday afternoon against the Houston Texans. And I'm going to guarantee y'all, this should be a very fun playoff game. What's going on, everybody? DMV Air A back in the building with yet another video where today we're going to be making our third playoff preview, or should I say third playoff report of the Ravens heading into Saturday against the Houston Texans, which is now our future opponent that we're going to be playing on Saturday afternoon, 4:30 Eastern Time. I'm going to tell y'all there's a lot of preparation going on in Owens Mills, Maryland. There's a lot of high energy, a lot of high tensions, a lot of high expectations, and a lot of butterflies flowing around the fans and the players and the coaching staff as well. Some fans feel confident, some fans feel nervous, and I completely get it. But it's all part of the playoffs. Anybody can win it all. Anybody has a good shot to go on a deep run for a championship. And on Saturday, the divisional round weekend will start off between two teams that are looking forward to go into greater heights offensively and play lights out defensively. But with that being said, I'm not going to waste any more time. Let's get straight into this third playoff report for the Baltimore Ravens. So, going into today, the Ravens obviously practice indoors, not outdoors, indoors. And we're getting some late news that they're going to release or waive running back Melvin Gordon to make room for Dalvin Cook, Justice Hill, and Gus Edwards. Melvin Gordon finishes his one-year stint with Baltimore with 86 rushing yards in total. He finishes with 86 rush yards in total with one touchdown. And on top of that, he only finished with 37 carries. Or should I say 26 carries, if you would. Overall, he's just there for temporary reasons. Because our running back core has to be straightened out with J.K. Dobbins' situation and the Keaton Mitchell situation. Still a lot of championship expectations surround his team. It's officially Super Bowl or bust with the Baltimore Ravens right now. Let me read to you some of the stats that the Houston Texans are going to throw at us. I'm telling y'all, they ain't a joke. Houston ain't no joke. They ain't kidding. They're not playing around. C.J. Stroud, 16 for 21. 274 yards passing. It's a little less, or should I say, way less than the college football semifinals against Georgia last year in the college football playoffs. But he threw 3 touchdowns. Still impressive that he keeps giving the ball to his star receiver Nico Collins, who had 6 catches for 96 yards receiving and a touchdown. Their defense, 2 pick sixes off of Joe Flacco. And D'Amico Ryans does give praise to Lamar Jackson, but what I've heard from his press conference, he's saying that the Texans need to get multiple guys around him. And that's exactly what they're looking forward to do, is getting to the quarterback. But for us, our offense just needs to show up for work and protecting Lamar Jackson. But that's something that needs to be discussed for our pregame preview of the Houston Texans and the Baltimore Ravens. I'm just sharing what needs to be said as things are looking very interesting in the Under Armour Performance Center in Owens Mills, Maryland, as Mark Andrews is a full-time participant today. coming off that bad ankle injury against the Bengals in Week 11 Thursday Night Football. Very great to see Mark Andrews back out there in the practice field with Isaiah Likely and Charlie Kolar. This receiving core is definitely going to show off in that playoff game. He's still taking it day by day with the ankle injury, but he knows he's going to go out there and give it all he has. Guaranteed. Now, last but not least, John Harbaugh said this in his press conference yesterday, that the Houston Texans are 17 weeks better than them. I get what he's saying right there, but I know that we have a dynamic roster as well. We just got to prove to them that this is not week one. This ain't the opening week of the regular season. It's the playoffs, and we're going to give every single bit of effort that we're going to put into this matchup. They're going to put in effort too. But in the end, one of these teams is going to pull off in the very end. I'm going to predict this straightforward. Is that it's going to come down to the finest details in the fourth quarter. The fourth quarter is what matters most in a playoff game when you're going to a championship. Your fate will rely on the strength of your guys. And I must say, based on how the Ravens offense is playing, I just feel like they just got to rely on the defense to give them plenty of opportunities to go on top in certain situations. That's all that needs to be said there. And that's your playoff report in a nutshell, ladies and gentlemen. Stay tuned in for our final playoff report tomorrow before I get into my pregame preview and keys to victory for the Ravens. Now, let's talk about my predictions for the divisional round weekend, starting with Saturday's games. Obviously, both one seeds are playing, and the first game is obviously Houston and Baltimore. Gotta have trust in my team. This is not the year to screw around, mess out the opportunity to get to Vegas. The opportunity is there. We gotta go out there and we gotta show off on both sides of the football. And the thing about it here, this guy right here made first team All-Pro. Lamar Jackson is the heart and soul of the team, no question. He's got to show off. He's got to show off in this game and give it every single bit of effort he's got left in the tank. No exceptions right here. No excuses will be accepted. Go out there and play like a Raven. And yes, I have to have faith in my team, so I'm going to pick them to go host the AFC title game. This is our chance. Packers, Niners, I'm going San Francisco in this one. Yes, Jordan Love put up an incredible shocker to the Dallas Cowboys. He put up a shocking performance to the Dallas defense. They humiliated them. They embarrassed them to the point where their fans cannot watch the game anymore. Jordan Love put up a great performance. Defense was able to stop Dak Prescott. And that just left a sour note to the Dallas Cowboys nation. However, you're going up against the Niners defense. I can get to you in so many levels. So I'm going to take San Francisco in this one. Sunday's games, 2 seeds are playing. Oh no, should I say both 3 seeds are playing. One of them being the Detroit Lions, hosting the Tampa Bay Buccaneers. I'm going to take the Lions in this one. Tampa Bay, yes, you put up a dominant performance against the Eagles, but you're facing a really good defense that has owned you in Week 6. And Jared Goff is going to put up another solid performance, but this time he's going to put up more than 24 points than he did against the Rams in that wild card game. He knows that 24 points ain't good enough, so he's going to have another masterclass performance like he did against those 2 matchups against the Vikings right there to win the division, but also seeding as well. So I'm going to take the Lions in this one at home, which I'm going to guarantee that their fans had a great time in that wildcard game, finally getting their first playoff win in 32 years. Last but not least, Chiefs Bills. This is a tough game. Yes, the Chiefs are coming off a win against the Dolphins, but I was in the frozen tundra game, and the receivers just leave me a lot of worry right here in catching the football. But as long as you have Patrick Mahomes, you can still try to find ways to win football games. As for the Bills, on the other hand, as long as Josh Allen does not turn the ball over, you're going to win this game. For this game in Buffalo, in the snow potentially, one team is going to stand out to have a clean performance, a dominant victory, committing less penalties, but remaining self-disciplined. Can the Bills get over the hump in beating Patrick Mahomes in the postseason? I know they always beat them in the regular season, but can they get over the hump and beat their kryptonite in the postseason? This may be the year to do so. Last year, you embarrassed yourselves to the Cincinnati Bengals in the snow game. You cannot use the weather as an excuse, and you cannot use the referees for the reasons why you lost the game, obviously. It did not happen much last year, but if you do that this year, you can't rely on them. You absolutely cannot rely on them. It requires your play executions to win that game. Sean McDermott, you cannot let Andy Reid outcoach you. This is not the year to do so. I'm going to put in some faith in you guys right here. I'm going to take the Bills in this one. I know a lot of people still have questions on how the Buffalo Bills are Super Bowl built right here. And they're just questioning what makes them scream Super Bowl. Defense completely shut down the Pittsburgh Steelers last week. The offense was dominant. Josh Allen put up an MVP type of performance right there. Can he keep it going? It's not going to be an easy matchup right there. And also questions on the Chiefs side as well. Can the receivers catch the ball? It's the biggest question all year. The receivers lead the league in drop passes. And I know Josh Allen leads the league in turnovers as well. But if the way you make your quarterback unhappy is that he cannot catch the football. The receivers have been doing it all year. They cannot catch the ball. Even though they have a great defense, the Chiefs have a great defense. What can the receivers do? What can the receivers do about it? So with that being said, it's a tough decision right here, but I'm going to take the Bills in this one. I'm going to put in faith in Josh Allen to get the job done right here and somehow exposing the Chiefs defense to the point where they cannot stop the pass, they can't stop the run, and overwhelm their offense and Patrick Mahomes. So this is your year, Buffalo. If you want to get over the hump, this is your good chance, your good opportunity. It's right there. Go out there and manhandle your business, but in a gritty way. Go out there and give everything you got against the Super Bowl champions. So there you have it. Those are my predictions. Saturday games, I got Ravens, Niners. Both 1 seeds are moving on. And then for Sunday games, for the Sunday games, I got Lions and Bills winning that game. That being said, those are my predictions right there. Stay tuned in for my last playoff report about the Ravens tomorrow. And stay tuned in for Friday about this playoff game that we're going to preview between the Texans and the Ravens. And the keys to victory too. So stay tuned in for that. With that being said, that's all I got to say. Let's get it.